Hi, everybody. It's Maureen from Massachusetts. Crafty Sky Lady coming at you. I'm out in my bottle wall area. And I was telling my husband Eddie that, my God, it feels strange even to be sitting here. It feels good. But I mean, I did not get out here much this summer because of all the rain. I mean, I couldn't plan to set it up because it would rain if it was sun was shining that morning and I set it up because there's no top to this and everything, but I wouldn't want a top on it. But anyway, everything gets all wet, all the pillows and everything that I set up here, they all get wet. I gotta take them everything apart, wash it, dry it again, or I've got a ton of them though from the thrift stores. I mean, I've got fabric, I cover things. I do it all different ways, and right now it's so pretty. I'm gonna turn this around so you can see some of my. I got some beautiful flowers here from my garden. I have my incense going. I shouldn't move too fast. Right there. That's what is it? Third eye jasmine. My kids give me incense at Christmas, so I'm burning that. Although it was hard to light, believe me. And I got some nice peach iced tea that I made. I brewed myself. And then beautiful flowers. Look at those, people. I am enjoying that. These are from my garden. My little fall. Little of this, little of that. I like making my bouquets. My zinnias are starting to come out pretty. And the dahlia, look at that. And coleus. I put a little sage in there. I've got more sage. I was able to get some zucchini, one little tomato. I see a cucumber growing, two smaller zucchinis, which are better for cooking, I think, than the big ones. With the big ones, I'll make breads. But just, it's getting cool, actually. I put my bathing suit on with a topper thinking earlier today it was sunny, I would go in, but it's not really a pool day, and I need a couple more pool days before the end of the season. But it was a little too cold today. But the leaves are starting to change slightly, and I got complementary colors of fall going on. And I'll get more out here. I'll have a much more pumpkin decor and harvest as we go along. Get some pumpkin stuff out here. And I do a leafy garland up over the doorway. Yeah. And I have that still says spring on it, the garden flag, but I do have things for fall. I just gotta find them and get them out. Chimes are way up there. I love them. All repurposed. A lot of the stuff in here you'll see all repurposed. I believe those chairs I found free. Yep, over near in Northfield. Free with a couple of coffee cups. Those two chairs. They fold up. And I did have a wicker chair there, but she rotted away, so it was time to put something new there. So I've got but she looks cozy and just a lot of fun, folks. This is the feature wall. I just love it. I gotta get more plants. That's my little fire pizza oven. I have made pizzas in it, but that's another thing that's a little hard to do. With my bad knee, I have to stand there and bend down, and so I really haven't done much. But I do try to burn stuff just for the sake of burning a little fire in it every now and then. And this time of year is kind of nice. Maybe I'll do that again. But yeah. So, yeah. So, in all of that, I have been thrifting and picking up some great stuff, hopefully for this fourth quarter where the big rush to get good stuff on for the holidays and fourth quarter. I guess from like October on is pretty much. And I'm all new to this fourth quarter. This is my first year back on what I'm doing on eBay here. So um, sales have been a little slow for me the last couple weeks, but I had to go in and upgrade to ground advantage on a lot of my listings too, and I did a lot of that last night. So, and I have 3 sales today. They're not great big sales, but they're sales. I'll take it. So I better ship out a couple things tomorrow, and that'll be good. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy that, and I got a lot more really good stuff. Went to the Salvation Army in Turner's Falls. The Survival Center one is a smaller shop, but they have good stuff. I've gotten good stuff over there. I have. I got mostly clothing, and let's see. Got my jewelry done in a vintage place. I've got to check that. I got some really pretty pieces there, and I'm so excited because, and it's really funny how things happen by happenstance kind of thing, because I had my little one, Kennedy. She's back at school today in Vermont in 5th grade. I can't believe she's in 5th grade. My goodness. So anyway, I had her because her mom is traveling to a convention out in Denver, and um, they'll be connecting back up again. She's almost done with that, but she's been away for a couple of days, so I had to watch her, and it was kind of fun for me because I hadn't really seen much of her this summer either, and she always would spend a lot of time with me in the summers, the last few summers, so that was strange too, that I didn't have her. Boy, the wind's blowing. And so, anyway, I had to go, when I was picking her up to have her for a few days, I had to meet her and her mom in Vermont, in Brattleboro, which is about a 20-minute ride north of us. And so at the end of the highway exit, you get off and there's a little marketplace there. Been there for years, but it had different things in there. And just recently the building they've been remodeling and revamping it, and there's a lot of little different shops in there, clothes and shoes and a hairdresser shop and this and that. Well, after I said goodbye to her mom and wished her good travels, and Kennedy hugged her and said goodbye, we walked by this big craft store, or store that she wanted to go into, the little one. And I didn't know what it was, but we walked in and I realized it's an artisan, all craft artisan, handmade items. And I could tell, it was all craftsmanship. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to talk to the clerk here, because that's been on my mind as well, with this new venture of the laser jet graphics, the reverse graphics that I'm doing on paper and Mod Podge and onto wood and different various materials to make signs, graphic signs, words that say different things, like, amen to that, or kindness matters, or thoughts become things, and all that kind of thing. Or you can do funny joke thing, anything you want on wood, on signs, on shutter slats, barrel pieces, So anyway, I have been going to town, and on cans, Trash to Treasure, I've been doing it on cans and making plant pot. They're beautiful and fun for me too. I'm really liking, and I'm following this one girl too, Deidre, our Upcycled Life. She's in Canada, and she really is a pretty good instructor about this method. So I've been following her, and I'm starting to get it. It took me a little while, but the laser jet printer does help. It does. Far better than the inkjet. So anyway, with all of that, I I talked to the lady, the clerk, and she was a volunteer, and that was her first day. So but she was able to give me a lot of information about who to contact. She gave me a flyer that tells all about setting up a table and the cost and your varied information of which route you want to go. And so I came home. I bought a couple of things too. I bought some honey, and I bought a couple little things that the little one wanted, handmade artisan type things. And because I always believe in supporting all that too. So anyway, I was thrilled. I came home, read the flyer, got right on my email to this lady, and did a big long email all about myself, what I do, what I'm hoping to do, and how I very much would like a table there if they have the slot, and blah blah blah. And she wrote back, and I didn't even send pictures of what I do yet. Um, and she wrote back and said, yes, I'd be glad to have you. Um, and I'm going to be sending pictures of my stuff soon. I need another week to make a few more things and set up a nice display and take really good pictures. So that's my next thing. So I am so thrilled. And she informed me that the building they're in right now, they're changing over across the hall, and I saw carpenters building away, and it is a much bigger room, more rustic, more in tune of, really, really showcasing the artisan work that's going to go in there. And she said it'll be much nicer. And they're right off I-91, and that little market gets a lot of traffic. So I could not be more thrilled. I am not kidding you. I am so thrilled. So I'll be doing that. And it's only going to cost me about $40 or $50 a month for a 6-foot table. And I can load that table up really well. I'll have risers and different things. I cannot wait. So I am going to town, people. So even out thrifting, I'm picking up. If I see a wood sign that's outdated with what, it's got floral or something on it, but it's a nice shaped piece of wood and it's got the sawtooth hanger on the back for $1 or $2, I'm picking it up. And I'm having my husband sand the top down, and I'm making different graphics on those things. I found wood on the side of the road a couple weeks back. I found some old pellets and some barrel save kind of things. Um, Pieces of wood that we cut up so I can make like shelf sitters. I am going to town. I'm saving cans and jars, and I got ideas flowing up the yin yang, and I'm going to do this. That and my jewelry, and I am so thrilled. And another thing that's, right on the front burner, is I entered the little one's name and my name into the roundhouse at the fair for exhibit, art exhibit, a crafters exhibit, whatever. I've been doing it for years, and just last year I got the little one involved, and she got ribbons, and she was so thrilled. So she wanted to do it again this year. So I have a few things of hers that I picked up. Excuse me. Oh, I'm a little tired. I only got about 6.5 hours sleep, and I do need my 7, 8 hours, whatever. Well, I'll try to make up for it and get to bed earlier tonight, maybe. Anyway, I do stay up late. It has so much to do. But anyway, so the fair, Franklin County Fair here is in Greenfield, is September 7th through the 10th. And so I went online and I did the registration form. So we're all set. We just got to bring our items up there and tag them and get them displayed with the time frame that they allow you and when the gates open. And it's always fun to go to the fair after and see how the judges judged your stuff, and I get ribbons every year, and she got ribbons on first place on a lot of her stuff. So that's encouraging for her too, because she tends to doubt herself. The little kids, she might not learn something quite as fast as another kid. And I have to tell her, we tell her everybody's different. Everyone's learning curve is different. You're not going to necessarily do the same as the person sitting next to you, but maybe that person can't draw or paint as good as you can and probably never will. So know your strengths and take off with that, but don't doubt yourself and give yourself time to learn. Learning takes time. And I'm 70 and I'm still learning and I love to learn. I want to learn new things. So we can't, we are really encouraging her on the up and up to really, you know, not let all that eat her up. But, when she doesn't, like for telling time, for instance, or her reading, she's a COVID kid. I mean, she was, her kindergarten class, they had to do it from remote, from home, and I had her here and at the desk setting up and getting her into her classroom, and she was barely 5 years old, and she wanted nothing to do with that. She would sit there with her stuffed animal and put a blanket over her head. When the class was going on, she was not having it. And so her early years were stunted and that went into the following school year. Her first grade, I mean, I think her early years, and those are valuable times. And all those kids are not um, quite up to snuff, I think, in the reading and language department. I don't know, but I hope she has a good year this year. She's got the same teacher. The teacher moved from fourth to fifth grade, so she's going to have that same teacher. And she seems excited about that. She likes her, so that's good. I send my prayers that she has a good year this year. And all little kids. I hope all the kids have a great year this year, and they get to do the things they want to do, and they learn and prosper. Now, get that knowledge, that they need to carry forward. Yeah. But anyway, it's getting cold. I have to cook our suppers, hot dogs and beans for us. Um, yeah, just a lot going on. Like I said, I got great stuff to post on eBay and more stuff to make. And when I do the pictures for this lady for this table I'm going to set up, and it's called Vermont Crafters Emporium, and it's on Exit 1 in Brattleboro, Vermont, and I will have a table set up starting October, and I am so excited. So anyway, until we meet again, I certainly hope the universe provides. I really do. And think about subscribing and sharing and all that good stuff. Thumbs up, liking this. I have good ideas, and we can go to town. And it's nonstop with me. I'm always doing something, as you know, if you've been following me. So tell your friends. I always have a good story, too. So come on in and join me. Maureen Sky, Crafty Sky Lady. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Stay safe.